post-show.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is not good, man. This is not healthy. Like, I can tell the after effects. My lips are like they're on fire. My nose is... My nose feels like it's bleeding.
You do have sauce on the side of your face.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That hurt. How do I turn this on? I don't know how to work this. Oh, this is it. I'm done. Turn off the camera. This is too much.
I'm so fly, I'm aligned with the planes. My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. I'll break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Prime Time with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alejandro Stein, and we got a great show for you. This evening, we have Info Warrior, the man himself, Chase Geiser, on the show. And we also have Andrew Wilson, the debate lord of the Whatever podcast, coming on over Skype. So, with all that being said, guess I'm sweating still from that hot sauce, Chase. Did you see me eat that sauce last night?
I wasn't going to say anything about the sweat, but yeah, I saw it last night.
Dude, I'm still sweating. I just went to the bathroom and dude.
You look like Jimmy Neutron.
As I'm saying, I don't feel good. My face, you can see how shiny my forehead is. I haven't stopped sweating, and I feel like I have acid indigestion constantly. You know what helps with acid indigestion? Brainworms. Would you like a brainworm? These are straight from RFK's
I'll pass, thank
lab.
you.
You don't want one little hit of a brainworm?
I just watched Dune. I don't want to deal with the worms.
Are you sure they're good? Look at this. Ow. I'm gonna just eat these all day. Give me some of this brainworm. Look at that worm hanging on.
To the bathroom after that. You just
Dude, I just went to the bathroom again. I'm sweating. This is real sweat. What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. It burned a little last night. Burned a little.
All right,
really did.
Enough of the fecal talk. Chase, before you get going, we got this little release. You need to read it out loud, and it's legally binding.
Primetime with Alex Stein participation waiver. I, Chase Geiser, acknowledge and agree to participate in the television show Primetime with Alex Stein. Mm-hmm. Assumption of risks. I understand that Primetime with Alex Stein involves inherent risks of bodily injury, including but not limited to bruises, burns, surprise STDs, heading, genital mutilation, and diarrhea. Release of liability. I hereby release, discharge, and hold harmless Blaze, Alex, and all his producers except Jimmy, who can be sued into oblivion.
You can sue Jimmy, yes. So if you get diarrhea, please, I would love it if you'd sue him. He's had a lot of diarrhea lawsuits this year. Jimmy, how many diarrhea lawsuits have you had?
7.
7. Yeah. So if it's loose at all, just please. I gotta
get it to stop.
Well, I got a good attorney that will sue Jimmy into oblivion. So yeah, we'll take that. We're going to put that in our special filing cabinet behind this thing. Oh, and I want to say thank you, Alex Jones's autograph book, The Great Awakening, authentic autograph. Jimmy, make an ad listing on eBay right now.
Got it.
Put this on eBay and put a picture of me holding it so they know it's authentic, okay?
I'm surprised you can read the book.
I can't read. I read at a 6th grade level. This is much too complicated for me. That's why we're going to sell it. So thank you for making me about $250. All right, now let's get into the show. Chase, we're freaking talking right now. And I ask you a little bit about my favorite conspiracy, not because it's a good conspiracy, but because I've debunked it over and over. But 9/11, you don't think it was an inside job?
No, I think it was an inside job. I just don't know the details.
You don't know the details? Muhammad Atta? You don't even know the mastermind behind it that was able to defeat the strongest military in the world with 19 box cutters?
No, tell me about that.
Well, let me just tell you this, that the airplane that crashed into the World Trade Center, they were not able to find the black boxes, but the FBI was able to find 2 passports.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Well, and even the coverage at the time was just, the pundits were all speculative, like, I can't believe they could find a passport. They're weird about it.
Even my biological father, Tucker Carlson, was actually very establishment take on it. He was like, oh, there's no way it could be an inside job. Now he's changed his tune on that after getting canceled for basically speaking out against the, war in Ukraine. But I want to watch this video, guys, for all the people that think I'm such a crazy conspiracy theorist for always talking about 9/11. A lot of these elite people, and I know you understand the elites that probably rule the world behind our backs. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
There is probably like a secret society. Jimmy went to school, Princeton, with a bunch of pedophiles, right, Jimmy?
Do you bring that up every show?
Well, that guy is a pedophile,
yes,
right?
Yes, that one guy is a pedophile.
No, keep bringing it up.
But he was the head of the queer club at your school?
Queer Princeton alumni, yes.
Did you know that? This is a famous guy. Yeah, he got arrested. My saying is these guys are all freaks and pedophiles. But Jeffrey Epstein, yada, yada, yada. We love Epstein, but the best conspiracy is 9/11. Now, the people like Jeffrey Epstein, they like to mock us. That's why they like to, give you a cheeseburger for getting a you-know-what. They think it's all fun and games. So let's play the little 9/11 clip, and I want you to see what are the chances, while George W. Bush is at a classroom finding out that two planes, or a plane had hit the North Tower, I believe it happened first, or maybe it was the South, doesn't matter. Listen to what the class was learning on the blackboard. Or I guess it was a whiteboard technically, but you know what I mean. All right, let's watch it.
Ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. Kid. Yes,
Kid.
Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. Sound it out. Get ready.
Look how awkward George Bush
What
was.
word? Kid. Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. Steel. What word? Steel. Yes, steel. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Plane. Yes, plane. Get ready.
Plane?
Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kit. Yes, kit. Get ready. Steel. Yes, steel. Get ready. Plane. Yes, plane. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Boys and girls, pick your reader up from under your seat. Open your book up to lesson 60.
And then the book is called My Pet Goat. Now, if you know the symbolism of a goat, it's very demonic. These people love this the symbol of the goat. And it's Aleister Crowley, all these Satanists. So what are the chances? They're also reading a book. That book's famous. It's called My Pet Goat. You can buy it on Amazon or eBay. So then look at this. What is this? Page 153. 9, I said 9/11. That's gematria. There's a lot of hidden codes in here. And this is how the elites communicate and laugh at us, through hidden symbolism like this. Let's see.
Thank you. Fingers under the title of the story. Get ready.
The Pet Goat.
Yeah, and it's not like a common pet.
No. Oh my God. Who has a pet
All
goat?
these kids are going to relate to the pet goat.
My pet
narrative.
cat. That's what it should have been. My pet cat. I've toxoplasmosis from all my cats. That makes sense. But my pet goat?
I don't think I knew anybody with a pet goat.
And Baphomet is like this transgender thing with women's breasts and male abdomens and horns. They love the horns. They love the goats. The horns.
So you really think there's something to that, or do you think it's just some wacky coincidence?
I don't know. People are saying, you're crazy. How could they tell a school teacher to do all this the day of the thing? But how the hell, how many times has George Bush, a president, gone in an elementary classroom and sat there and read to the, I mean, have you ever seen Bill Clinton do that? I mean, did Trump ever do that? Has Biden ever gone to a classroom?
Well, the fact that there's a camera on him when he gets the news, which is one of the most historic moments, is bizarre.
What are the chances? And then, like we said, they found the passport, but they can't find the black box. And then Flight 93 in Shanksville, they say, that the guys just moved the drink cart and they busted into the cockpit.
Oh, they shot that thing down.
They shot it down.
That's just common sense, though. Like, I don't even have to investigate it to know that didn't add up.
Everybody knows that, so like they'll lie about that, but you know they're not. You think they're going to tell us the truth?
Alex, Jimmy and I had a discussion about this earlier today, and he still remains unconvinced.
Yeah, but Jimmy's vaccinated, so Jimmy's brain. He doesn't understand anything. Jimmy, he believes every story, every official government story. Mm-hmm. Jimmy, do you think he was a lone gunman for JFK?
No.
So you believe that conspiracy? So you think the CIA murdered the president of the United States?
Probably.
All right, we're making progress, I guess.
Making progress. Baby steps.
I guess.
Do you believe that the kamikaze pilots were intentional, or was it just bad Asian driving?
I've never thought of that theory.
See, it's funny you brought that up because that's the exact argument I gave Jimmy earlier. I said, that's the same thing they did at Pearl Harbor, right?
Well, and there's another thing with the planes. It's called the VMR, velocity maximum rate. So a plane can go like 500 miles an hour when it's at a certain altitude, but the lower the altitude, the more wind resistance.
Because the air density, yeah.
Yeah, so you can only go so fast. And the plane was clocked to going 500 miles an hour at like an elevation of like 10,000 feet or something even lower than that. I think it was like 5,000 feet. So the plane would, like they say, would split like a banana if it was going that fast at that low of altitude. But you know what? Well, who am I? An engineer? No. But I thought you'd be like a 9/11 expert. Damn.
Well, I mean, there's just so many conspiracies. It's hard to become an expert on it.
What's your favorite conspiracy?
I don't know. I couldn't even begin to tell you. I think probably the conspiracy happening right now, which is a political elite attempting to conglomerate all world power and subjugate humanity.
Old news. Mine is Michael Jackson was innocent.
Oh, Yeah, I didn't believe that. I believed the documentary until I watched The Truth versus Alex Jones and realized the same guy wrote it. So now I totally think Michael Jackson's innocent.
And Wade Robson, the guy that said that he was molested, was his lead character witness in 2 criminal court cases. I know Michael Jackson was a weirdo. I know he had Arrested Development, but I don't think Michael Jackson would be dumb enough to actually put a kid on the stand as his lead character witness in front of California's top state prosecutor if he actually molested him, because I don't think he would trust him to lie like that, because they asked Wade Robson, were you molested? Were you touched? Did you sleep with him? He said, yeah, I slept in his bedroom. It was a huge room. It was a 2-story room. Right. Corey Feldman said he slept in that room. Macaulay Culkin said they slept in that room. Live. And they said they never did anything. So Michael Jackson, innocent. We need to get some, I don't know. What do we get? Reparations for that? How do we help Michael Jackson in the afterlife? I guess his estate would get the money if we sued those guys for lying.
Just play his songs on Spotify.
Play his songs on Spotify. That's a great way to support him. Okay, Jimmy, are we gonna talk about the Blaze vlog right now?
Yes.
Okay, Tiny, come here real quick. So, guys, we posted the full Austin vlog of the Chat Rat reunion in Austin. You're able to watch that if you join the Blaze by going to blazetv.com/primetime. You can join for 99 cents right now. So, Tiny, tell the people at home why they need to join the freaking thing.
What's up with y'all broke ass bitches? It's only 99 damn cents to keep the Alex Stein show going, man. You mean tell me y'all broke ass bitches ain't got 99 cents? Go and rob somebody, man, for 99 cents. We ain't saying $99, heifers. We talking about 99 cents, bitches. So get your trick ass out there and get them funds.
Thank you for that. Chase, do you have anybody at Infowars that gives an ad read like that?
We're taking them from you.
Yeah, so say yeah.
Do nitric boost at InfoWarsStore.com.
Try to sell
Casper.
No.
Super Male Vitality.
Super Male Vitality. Okay, so this is your audition to work for Infowars. So they sell a pill called Super Male Vitality and gives you the amount of testosterone of like a Russian Olympic swimmer.
Super male what?
Vitality.
Super male vitality. I'm telling you, it worked for me. It'll work great for you. Take it first thing in the morning, and you be so hard, you can run through a football field. I'm telling you, man, through a brick wall. It just gets you so excited, hype, pumped up, and when your girl come home, you just tear that ass up all night long.
Chase, why do you look so uncomfortable?
I'm not. This is the most joy I've felt all day.
Okay, good. Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure he makes all the right claims, so we don't get sued.
Yeah, you guys do get sued a lot.
Actually, so far, he's all good.
We're not selling Super Male Vitality. Sue Alex Jones. Please do not sue me. Okay, great job, Tiny.
$20 super chat.
What?
Yeah, from Zach is Whack. Hey, Jimmy, I just wanted to say that you've been doing an amazing job lately. Wow. Keep up the good work.
That's not a real super chat.
Wait. Just kidding. Jimmy's a fluffer. Chase is awesome. I'd die a happy man if Alex Jones came on primetime. I felt for that. I was feeling.
Damn.
Had
Jimmy.
me in the first half, not going to lie.
Alex, while we have you should remind everyone to hit that like button and subscribe.
Thank you, Brandon. Guys, it really helps if you just punch that little like button. It will actually recommend this to more viewers, so the chance of us getting more viewers from the live stream helps. So please hit that like button. It's so easy. But I'm telling you, dude, I feel horrible, Chase, like from that hot sauce still. I'm not kidding. I feel like I might have to go back to the bathroom.
Really? It's lingering that long?
In the middle of the show, I might have to go. I'm serious because I ate a bunch of cheese, and cheese, it clogs you up.
It's got to be the vegan nuggets.
The vegan nuggets aren't good, and I'm the plant-based pimp, so I eat horribly. I mean, it tasted like shoe leather, but I'm going to have to use the restroom. So, Alex, please.
Yeah, I got you. Go on. I got you. No sweat. All right. Yeah, so anyways, so we've got another guest coming on the show. We're going to talk to our next guest, a blood sport debater, slayer of whores on the Whatever podcast. Please welcome Andrew Wilson. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? So glad to have you here on the Primetime 99 Alex Stein Pimp on a Blip show. How you doing? How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Hey, no problems out here. No problems here at all. No problems here at all. Andrew, I heard you're kind of a master debater. That's what we were talking about in the crew. So I thought, me being Primetime Alex Stein, Pimp on a Blip 99, I thought I would challenge you to a debate. I'm willing to debate you on any topic. You just name it, and I'll be there. What topic? Let's debate. Let's debate right now. You and me. Mano a mano.
Can we debate whether or not Alex Stein, number 99, did in fact have sex with Melina, Destiny's girl? And that is why they had this big falling out at this recent event.
That's a great topic. That's a really good topic. So my position is that I did not have sex with that woman. Me myself, Alex Stein 99, and the reason is so I'm gonna go with the you are a little bitch, and that's why I'm right. So that's gonna be my position in this debate. Your turn.
It's a good position. I would say that based on how jealous Alex was acting when he was there, how upset that he actually was, towards Destiny, being the midget coomer that Destiny is, it appeared to me that it was a complete and total rage, and that was based on probably latent homosexual tendencies. But that's just me.
Well, you would say that being the weaker debater in this situation, I can understand why you would go with that line of questioning. I actually, moving on, I actually heard that you're a really big fan of Pearl Davis. We actually have a Pearl Davis tweet. Jimmy, can you pull that up? You should have pulled that up already, but here we go. We got the Pearl Davis tweet. So you can see right there.
Many ask why I say things like men are better parents and generally better at everything. I say it because it is true. Living in delusion does women no favors. Men that lie about this for money are not helping you.
And so I know that, that's what I've been saying this whole time. And I know you're a big fan of Pearl Davis, but the truth is I'm actually a bigger fan of Pearl Davis. Unlike you, I've actually spoken to her in person, me, Alex Stein, Prime 999, Pimp on a Blimp. So what do you think of that, me actually having met Pearl Davis in person?
Yeah, I've met Pearl Davis too. The difference between me and you, Alex, though, is that I could keep my hands to myself as a gentleman. She told me all sorts of stories about how you couldn't keep your filthy paws off of her. She also said that you're way tinier in person.
Well, look, here's the thing. You don't kiss and tell, and I think she was just trying to be nice. She was just trying to be a sweetheart.
Or in your case, you don't kiss at all.
Well, look, the thing is, she enjoyed it so much that I think that she just, she was trying to be polite and, just kind of trying to make you feel better yourself.
I wouldn't quit your day job on debating. You're not very good at it.
Oh, well, we're trying to get better. We're trying to get better. We practice every day. That's what I've been saying. We're live here with Chase. We're live here with Chase Banks over here. And so, we're just hanging out, trying to debate, having a friendly debate. And I think that was kind of a low blow, myself. I think that was kind of off limits, a little bit rude. That's kind of not becoming of a master debater.
Well, you have to be this tall to do a good debate with Andrew Wilson. That's those are the rules, right?
Oh, okay. No, okay. That's actually good feedback. I'm gonna work on my height here coming up. We're gonna get taller, and Jimmy told me I was tall enough, and then I guess I'm not. I don't know what the.
Have you considered, instead of a red power tie, wearing a white power tie?
Oh. I had thought about it.
Oh my gosh, get off the set, Alex. Get off the set. No, get off the set, Alex. No, let me just talk to him. Because he said white power. We're going to get kicked off YouTube.
No, it's fine.
I didn't say that.
This is my show. This is Prime 99.
No, Alex, this is my show, Alex. You always do this.
We're going to have to get security in here again. Security.
No, security. Get him off the set.
Can we get this guy out of here?
Get him off set.
Security, can we get this guy?
Get him off set.
I'm tired of him.
Get out of here, Alex.
Wait a minute.
That is super male vitality right there.
That is super male vitality. All right, Andrew, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to Primetime with Alex Stein.
It's prime time with Alex Stein. How you doing, number 99? It's been a long time.
It's been
since you and I have tangled. How you been, man?
When's the last time we debated over something? I forget what we debated on.
That was over immigration on Modern Day Debate a couple of years ago.
Well, was I anti-immigration?
Yeah. Well, no, you were more. You were taking the pro stance at the time.
No, I'm not pro illegal immigration.
You were telling you.
What did I say?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
It must have been a joke.
Alex.
It must have been trolling, because this is the difference between you and me, Andrew. You take these debates seriously. I have a debate tactic the same as a criminal defense attorney. Not a civil attorney, but a criminal defense attorney. Is all I try to do is create doubt. I don't even try to convince a person of my position, because I feel like you never really actually convince somebody of your position during a debate. Am I wrong, or do you think you've actually been successful?
Yeah, you're not really supposed to convince them. You're supposed to convince the audience, right? It's all about the viewer. Who cares about the person you're debating? Ultimately, you're right. Changing their mind is very difficult, though I've done it successfully. It's changing the mind of the thousands of people who are watching. That's the way I've always looked at it.
And you love to yell at these whores on the internet. Is that correct, Andrew?
I don't recall ever really yelling at any of them.
Well, not yelling, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, come on, Andrew. You like to, they what is it called? Tone police? They'll sometimes police your tone. Is that the proper term?
They do tend to like tone policing. That's true. Yeah. I don't know exactly why, but, there's something deep and innate inside the feminist mind where they must tone police any type of masculinity which they see, or anybody doesn't put up with any of their bullshit. I don't know why they do that, Alex, but they do it all the time.
Well, and Alex, when you were talking to Alex earlier, he is right. Me and Pearl are much closer and much tighter than you'll ever be with Pearl. And I'm 6'3", just so you know. And Pearl told you that because Pearl and I were both going to start in volleyball league, sand volleyball league. So, did she talk to you about doing sand volleyball?
She did not.
Exactly. That's what I thought. Debate won. Finally, I win a debate.
I concede, Alex. I concede. You take the debate. I'm
the Pearl simp of all simp. Okay, now Andrew, the reason why I want to have you on, you're crushing it, dude. Your viewers. I remember when I was on your channel, I think we had 200 live viewers. Now you're averaging 3,000 to 5,000 every time you go live. So that's awesome. Congratulations on that success. I mean that.
Appreciate that.
Because I know how hard you've worked. You work your ass off. I mean that. But now, well, a friend who's now mad at me. This girl's mad at me. I'm so annoyed. I tried to set up a debate with these Pretty Little Patriot girls, and they acted like they were the biggest victims. They're on the Whatever podcast, which is a confrontational podcast, and you wouldn't even confront them that hard, but that's what the tone police. So let's play this clip. Do we have the clip or do we have a tweet first?
No, it's we have a full clip. We need to play the full 90 seconds.
We have to play the full 90 seconds or else they're going to be like, he didn't give it the right context or something. So we got a 90-second clip. So let's watch it and get your instant reaction.
Oh my word, this guy is a never-ending douchebag. This is the thumbnail for his cheesy, ridiculous beta male podcast. Andrew Wilson writes, Andrew destroys child support queens on Whatever podcast. Images of me. Here's the actual clip.
But I want to put it in a context that empowers women, which is, yes, women who get to stay home and raise their children while their husband works hard, that is a blessing.
Absolutely.
That is a blessing to the woman. And I have been an entrepreneur my entire life. And 4 years ago, I lost everything I had worked for, and God gave me the gift of enjoying my children at home. And I didn't realize how incredibly empowering that was. And that was our natural role. And I will say this too as well, because if I don't keep talking, you're just going to talk over everybody. Child support started on this concept that, well, because I stayed home all of those formative years, I wasn't able to, this is when people got married at like 20, I wasn't able to go to college and build a career. And now if we get divorced, I don't have anything that I've done for myself except for these children. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that's how child support started.
And may I remind you that I have 3 children with one man, my current husband. I have only had 3 children with one man, my current husband. Andrew is married to a woman who has 5 kids from 3 different dads, and she has petitioned child support from all of those dads. You tell me who the false prophet is here.
Thoughts?
So first and foremost, she lifted those talking points from none other than a former prostitute. Not kidding, not a joke. Lifted those talking points from a former prostitute. On top of that, all she's saying there is that I'm so altruistic. I don't care about a woman's past. That I guess that's the most unchristian-like thing you can possibly do. She also didn't mention that she herself would have 5 children, except she murdered 2 of them with abortions. So it's really interesting how this woman can talk smack. Maybe it's true that she's had all of her children with the same guy. It's just that the previous guy's children, she killed those children. That's why. So there's a big distinction there.
Boom, roasted. Clip that. No, Andrew, and your wife's great. I think she's an awesome debater too. But that's the thing. It's like in that debate, did you even
now, Alex? We did have it set up, if I remember correctly.
We did.
She did lie and claim that you never reached out, never tried to set up a debate. However, you did DM me, try to set up a debate so that we could set the record straight. Instead, I've been living rent free inside of this chick's head. And she's referencing a clip I didn't even know was on the channel. I have a clips guy. He takes care of the clips. I wasn't even paying any attention to it.
Yeah, in timeout, Jimmy, who's an idiot, my producer, he can confirm. Jimmy, how many times did we reach out to Lindsey to get her on the podcast? So she's lying?
We were going back and forth for a while, and they wanted like certain criteria of doing the show, and then we agreed, and then she said, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to platform Andrew. I was like, okay, well, whatever.
So she lied, Andrew.
She said that we never reached out. I didn't know that.
They wanted us to make Andrew rage quit on the show. That was their exact quote.
Well, I just told her, it's like, if you want me to rage quit, you have to do it yourself. And I personally like Lindsey and Kendall.
Because you're gay, Jimmy.
Yes,
okay?
I'm pretty gay. I am, apparently. But yeah, I wish I could have seen this debate because it would have been great television.
I know, Andrew, you're a pimp on a blimp when it comes to debating. So tell me this, though. In this red pill manosphere, isn't sometimes it is a little kind of toxic, though, right? I mean, like, I'm not even trying to side with Lindsey, but, like, is the red pill toxic to, like, I guess, women and traditional life, or is it not?
Not really. No, most of the red pill creators that I've dealt with in the past seem to be highly respectful towards women. They just want their issues to be understood, and they don't want them straw manned by the opposition, which is what these feminists always do. They straw man the positions. These two women are wolves in sheep's clothing. They're feminists who are LARPing as tradcons, which is very, very, very common inside of this sphere. They hate nothing more than being confronted on that fact. And one of the things that I often will do with these supposed conservative women is confront them on their feminist ideology, which then in turn upsets them and they go ballistic. These women were trying to market their clothing line. They weren't expecting to get actually confronted on ideology. The next day they were embarrassed, much like women who will sleep with a man and then regret it the next day and then accuse him of SA. This is the same exact thing which happened here. They got humiliated, and so the next day, due to their bad performance, suddenly started to say that they were held hostage on the podcast. They said they were deprived of food and drink and sleep. We showed pictures of them with their drinks in their hand drinking. We showed pictures of them, having a good time, having a ball. And by the way, if you watch that episode, they were far meaner to the girls who were on that podcast than I was.
I can't debate you on that, Andrew. I think that's one thing, Andrew. I do think you are intellectually honest. I would honestly say that. I don't think you're lying about anything. And it kind of makes me upset that she said that we never reached out. That's the farthest thing from the truth. So you win that debate, in my opinion. Okay, Chase. We got Chase Geiser on, Info Warrior right here, works at Infowars. Chase, what do you want to tell Andrew? Anything you want to talk to him about blood sports debates?
Well, I'll tell you what, when I watch debates like that and see women like that, it just makes me abundantly grateful that I am married and only have to deal with one. It's like, I can't imagine being single right now. What a nightmare.
It makes every married man on planet Earth happy. That they only
it saved so many marriages seeing that podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, but my girlfriend too. I'm happy I only have to argue with her, but gosh, she'll debate me all damn day. Does your wife debate you, Andrew, or no? Because she's feisty.
No, she's completely submissive, as well she should be.
Wow, dude.
She doesn't debate me about anything.
Do you have a huge hog? How do you get him so defensive?
God told her to, Alex. God told her to be submissive, and so submissive she will be, Alex.
I love that. That's good. I believe in God. No, that's great.
Actually, Alex, that's kind of a good segue to Lindsey Graham's last post where she characterized you, and I was wondering if you agreed with her characterization.
We're going to show it. Let's see what this.
So, since last night, I've had over 45 women, blah, 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 who have suffered from the mentality Andrew Wilson and Brian Atlas displayed, the Whatever podcast. And then at the bottom, it says, women who are redeemed are predators. Speak when spoken to, but only if I agree with you. All women are whores and not to be trusted. So,
meanwhile, thousands of men reach out to me and Brian Atlas and many of these other creators who talk about how victimized they were by having their children smited by various women in the womb, like what happened to Lindsey's ex-husband, who, by the way, she's never shown a shred of proof that this actually happened. It's nothing more than a con job by her in order to sell more clothing. So, yeah, I just don't believe a word that the woman says.
You have a point. She lied about us trying not to set up the debate. So, I'm on team Andrew Wilson right now.
That's just a weird thing to lie about because no one wants to talk about how they got an abortion. So you're saying you think she lied about the abortion to sell more Pretty Little Patriot
Well, I
clothes?
think she probably had the abortion, but she claims that the guy that she had the abortion with was a person who was a pastor at a church and was a narcissistic abuser. I've seen no evidence that that's true. She won't name who this guy is. We haven't heard his side of the story at all.
The person she had an abortion with was a pastor?
Or a pastor's son, something like this.
Church of Scientology.
Yeah, I know. What kind of church is this? And they're just getting abortions. Is that like Joe Biden's Catholic Church?
Well, she insists that this guy demanded that she have it. It was no fault of her own. He was a narcissistic abuser, according to her. Where's the evidence? And why haven't we heard from this guy? Why can't we hear his side of the story? Well, I think that the reason that we can't hear his side of the story is because his side would be, no, it didn't go down that way. And, she's a lying, grifting con artist. That's what I think.
And Andrew, you've been blowing up. You're on the Fresh and Fit. Forget Lindsey Graham. She's annoying. And I didn't realize she had an abortion. That's terrible. I didn't realize that. But I want to talk about this. Your success. You're on Fresh and Fit. You're on the Whatever podcast. How did you start blowing up? Because, I've been following you this whole time. But I guess was it the Whatever that kind of just, is that what?
No, it was probably the debate with Matt Dillahunty where he rage quit after I pointed out that he was in a same-sex relationship and just wouldn't admit it. And he freaked out and left the
I
stage.
confronted Matt
essentially
Dillahunty.
crying.
That guy's the
Yeah.
biggest pussy in the world, and he's dating that trans girl. I debated the trans person that he's dating. Wait, so he wouldn't admit that it's a guy?
No, he you'd have to go watch the debate. It was quite good, but it was one of the few times that Matt Dillahunty's ever rage quit. He lost a debate in 8 minutes. That really shot me up, I think, where people started to notice who I was. But yeah, some of these different platforms that I've gone on, which are massive platforms, have also helped. And essentially a debate all over the internet. And some of the debates have now become something of legend. And so, yeah, it's kind of neat to watch.
Does it ever get tiring, though, debating all the time? Come on.
No, I love it, man. Always have.
You're a sick person.
In fact, I got one scheduled. I got one scheduled for now or for tonight.
And
right?
you just
I got one scheduled for tonight.
And I like doing debates. So I'm really not even trying to talk crap, but you debate every day. I mean, there's some times you're like, man, I just kind of want to relax tonight. Because I think you stream. Do you go live every day?
Not every day.
But like 5 days a week.
Yeah, about 5 days a week. But I don't have to do debates every single night. I do debates usually about twice a week, roughly. The rest of the show is based around other things that I want to talk about because I'm a political analyst and a political satirist. So I talk about all sorts of things across the board. I have a couple of very popular segments along with the debates that I do.
I want to ask him something.
Yeah,
have you ever lost a debate?
Yeah, and I'll lose debates in the future. You can't lose a debate. All you can do is learn from a debate that you've had. You can't really
we never
lose one.
Wars.
So.
We just learn from the war that we lost.
Yeah, basically. No, and I agree with Andrew. Like, it's just, you kind of, it's so much more like a learning lesson. Okay, we got to ask you some tough questions. Was 9/11 an inside job, Andrew?
I can't answer that on YouTube.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah. I don't believe the official story. Let's put it that way.
Okay. 1969 through 1972 moon landings. Did we land on the moon?
We did not on the first landing. I don't believe. No.
But then we have been. So we have put a man on the moon.
I'm not going to take the affirmative position that we did. I'm just going to take the affirmative position that the first one we likely did not.
Okay, I agree with you on that. I think they faked it all. Van Allen radiation belt, the technology, we destroyed it. The telemetry data is all gone. None of the astronauts would swear on a Bible. So there's just a lot of weird stuff with that story. Now, the last one of the most important ones, what's the shape of the Earth?
I would say it's spherical.
Oh, come on. Chase, you know it's flat, right?
I'm a round earther.
No, my gosh. What are you guys, vaccinated or something?
Are you actually a flat
Alex,
earther?
If I remember correctly, Alex, if I remember correctly, aren't you the one who's vaccinated?
No, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not vaccinated.
You're not?
No.
Okay, I thought for some reason you were. I don't know.
No way. I wouldn't stick that crap in my bug. I wouldn't put it in my enemy. That's why I put it in Jimmy. Jimmy, my producer, is vaccinated.
So he's vaccinated.
He is vaccinated. I don't want
got
to
it
catch
on Alex's behalf so he could get the vaccine card and go travel.
Yeah, I was able to go everywhere. I was able to go on a European vacation because of Jimmy, so I really appreciate that. No, okay, so we asked you those tough questions. What is the deal? Why is society declining, in your opinion, Andrew? What's the biggest plague on our society?
Degeneracy. It's collapsing because of degeneracy from the inside out. This was pushed by Bolsheviks and has been continuously pushed by Bolsheviks. And I think ultimately you're going to find, as society collapses more, that people will understand what the root was. And the root really started with occultism and feminism, in my humble opinion. You can also buy my wife's book, Cult Feminism, if you want to learn more about that. This, in turn, gives me even more money to buy guns, which is my favorite pastime. And I steal all of her money to do that. So,
well, I like that you have that much control over the bank account. So you have one bank account, or how does that work? Because you're Trad, you let her have her own bank account?
I have multiple bank accounts, and she has multiple bank accounts. I'm on all of her bank accounts, but she's not on any of my bank accounts. That's how that works, man.
Nice. Andrew, you got it set, man. You got it made in the shade. Okay, now we got to talk about a tough thing. You say degeneracy. Everybody, listen, I'll be real. I'm kind of a degen myself. I'm a wild guy. I'm a wild child. I will never say that I'm a role model. I will never say that. But Andrew,
do you let people hump your wife?
No, I'm not. I don't have a wife. But no, I'm not a cuckold. But my point is, Andrew, I watch you all the time. You like to have fun. You like to have a drink. You like to have a cig. I mean, you like to party a little, right? I mean, is that an unfair?
Yeah. So what degeneracy means specifically is without morals. And so what I'm saying is that societal decay is happening because the governing body has no morality. The Christian ethic has left society, and so the people at the top no longer rule from an ethical standpoint. You're only as good as the government your culture allows, and culture is downwind of theology. So what's happened is kind of at the priority level of the top sphere of government, they are all degenerate. They are ruling without morality from a secular base. And you can't have a society which is ruled by secularists because they can't make ought claims which are coherent and binding. That's why you end up with LGBTQ marriage. You end up with all this trans stuff. You end up with all of this nonsense. So basically, the standard for society used to be Christian ethics, and it no longer is. And unfortunately, we are paying a stiff penalty for that, and we'll continue to do so as we watch the birth rate collapse as society becomes a bunch of nihilists. And the reason they're becoming nihilistic is because they have no ethical foundation to follow anymore.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot to handle. I didn't even understand half of what you said, but I kind of got the gist. Please light that cigarette. I need a cigarette. Do you have a cigarette, Chase?
Yeah.
Alex, I was going to ask, Andrew, what are we smoking on? You a Marlboro man?
Yeah. You have
Yeah,
cigs?
Marlboro Reds.
Oh my gosh, he has a Lucky Strike cigarette. Oh my gosh, should we all smoke one?
They don't cause cancer. They're toasted.
Wait, okay. In honor of you, because we're all smoking a cigarette. Now we gotta talk. We gotta talk about this.
All right, I have to go on and say you're not supposed to light fires on set. There, I said it.
You can have a cigarette.
This
We're
is
allowed
part
to
of
smoke.
performance.
Yeah, these are non-cancer causing cigarettes.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay, you brought up earlier with Alex that I did rage at Destiny. You know, I'm really not even mad at Destiny. I always bring up Melina, but you know what's annoying about Destiny is I've tried to be nice to him, but he blackballs me from all these great...
Oh, I got a story about Destiny.
I'm just saying, all these great debates I've been asked to be on, if I get included, he says no. So I'm just annoyed by that. Really, I don't even really hate... I mean, I think he's disgusting. I think he's a degenerate.
Have you seen his blacklist? I'm number 2 on his blacklist.
Oh, you're on the blacklist too. So doesn't that piss you off?
I'm number 2 on the blacklist, on the DGG blacklist.
What am I, number 5?
I think you're down on the list a little bit, yeah. But
Okay, well, you're not
there,
cooler than me because
sure.
you're upper on Destiny's list. Gosh, now you sound really gay. Okay, you're bigger blackballed by Destiny. He's
You're the
gonna
one
clip
who
this.
took it that way. You're the one who took it that way, not me. You know.
Did you guys see the debate that he did with Alex Jones?
Destiny's wife did in that gangbang that one time. Come on, Alex, calm down, bro.
Yeah, well, dude, can you believe though that he's a cuckold like that and that nobody even cares? And he's bisexual.
Yeah, he did. Well, listen, he doesn't care. He's a nihilist. They're all nihilists. They don't give a shit about anything. And the thing is what's happened is a ton of internet autists have moved over to that because it's a safe space for them to essentially be the most degenerate people they can possibly be. This is an ongoing cycle that you see with these creators on the internet. YouTube doesn't even want political commentary here. They would prefer that there was none ever. They want, women doing their nails and kitty pictures and things like that. The last thing that they want is actual political discussions, political commentary, because and if there is any, they want it to favor the left only. That's why shows like yours, I'm surprised, haven't been struck off because YouTube has been doing that to right-wing creators nonstop for about the last 4 years.
Yeah, well, that's why we try to say the vaccine's safe and effective and that I wear the tug-friendly bathing suit. That's why they like me, because I got that tug-friendly always on deck. So now let's talk about this, though, because we know you got to go soon. What's coming up for you in the future? You're on whatever podcast. You're the reigning champion of it. But why do you always do it over? Why does Brian let you do it over Zoom so much? Just because you're good at it? I always see that. You're the only person he lets do that, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm in Michigan. He's in California. It's not always conducive as I have children to just be able to fly out to California to do these episodes. I am the most recurring guest on that show. I'm sure Fresh and Fit would allow me to remote call in as well. But I do have to fly out to Miami to do that as well. So there's only so much time that I have. And it's actually very kind of him to let me call in via Zoom.
It is. No, I'm surprised that he does that. No, but that's because you're very valuable to a show. And then recently you almost got assaulted at a Fresh and Fit event by a steroid guy.
Yeah, so this would be a lunatic named Wes Watson, who, by the way, has stuck his prison paperwork up his own buttocks, at least according to him. And he claims that real men shave their arms. And if you're giving him any sort of trouble, he's going to ask you to lift up your shirt so he can see your tummy, like he did several 19-year-old men while we were at that event.
Yeah, that's
very,
weird.
Very creepy. Yeah, very creepy.
That is weird.
Guy.
Like, let me see your abs. That's crazy. Well, Chase, is there anything you want to ask?
Show me your tummy. Show me your tummy. Show me your belly.
That's like
Show
wedding
me your belly
crashers.
button.
Tummy sticks. What was that? Tummy sticks. Tummy sticks. Yeah, that's very That's kind of gay.
So lunatic, because I counter signals his message. He was there to sell a product, which was basically a grifting product about how you can drive Lamborghinis and get women with a Brazilian butt lift. My counter messaging to this was that materialism itself won't make you happy. And the embrace of materialism is one of the primary reasons we see this type of degeneracy in the West. Everything is a move towards anything which is non-metaphysical or values which are exited from this plane, those are the things which are important: family, God. These are the things which you should focus on, whereas just pure materialism is actually a corrupting force. And generally speaking, we see people who do nothing but pursue it live a life of hell on earth.
You're right. I'm actually, even though I wear the sport coat, I actually am anti-materialism. I drive a 2005 Toyota 4Runner, but a lot of miles because I don't want to buy some new car. I think it doesn't matter. Well,
there's nothing wrong with being rich. There's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with those things. But the pursuit of those as being ends in and of themselves instead of means to proper ends is where the problem comes in. There's nothing wrong with people who are wealthy and pursue their family and pursue their wealth with Jesus Christ. But there is a problem with people who pursue these things endlessly only for the status purposes, and that they use these things as ends in and of themselves. They see them as the moral prerogative. Having the Lamborghini is the moral prerogative. Having the babe on the beach is the moral prerogative. Children are nothing more than a status symbol. That is true materialism, and you see it across the board. That is one of the parts that is criticized about the red pill that I agree with, which comes specifically out of the pickup artist community, where they utilize this type of messaging towards materialism as being some sort of moral validation for people. And I have a huge problem with that.
And I agree with you, because if I said, would you take $10 million right now, Andrew?
Sure.
Would you take $10 million if you were going to die tomorrow, though?
No.
Exactly. So that means waking up tomorrow is more valuable than $10 million.
But I wouldn't take $10 million if it meant you were going to die tomorrow either, or if it meant a stranger would die tomorrow. So
if
so
Jimmy
I mean, this
is going to die, maybe I take.
If Jimmy,
he's already got vaccinated. Jimmy's not long for this world anyway. Okay, we got to let you go, Andrew. How can people find you and support you before you go?
You can find me on the one and only show, The Crucible. It's the fastest growing debate channel anywhere on the internet. Alex Stein, number 99 himself, back when we were originally starting. And before he blew up, was always over there tangling up with various debaters. It was a lot of fun, including myself. A ton of fun. So you can find me over there. You can also find me over often on Brian's show, whatever podcast. Hope to see you guys there.
Oh, last thing, JF Garepi. I got to ask you this: did he murder his wife? In your opinion?
No. In fact, you can find.
Wait! Oh my gosh! Now we're going to talk for 10 more minutes. But his wife is the potato, and how is you going to let her out in the middle of the Canadian woods with no cell phone or wallet?
So the thing is I had JF Garepi on shortly after that happened and put him to the question on this. All of the police evidence, which is out there currently, shows surveillance footage of him dropping her off and her going. The police themselves have cleared him thus far in this investigation.
Okay, Andrew,
there is no evidence.
Let me cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know that she was disabled. You and I both know that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. You mean that
you've
she
heard
was
her on
mentally deficient?
Okay, yeah, you've heard her on a podcast. He talks. I mean, you've seen her, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's true, but that's not evidence that he hurt her in any way.
Maybe he didn't, but if you just let a kid with a bunch of razor blades and matches, and the kid did it himself, I mean, isn't that kind of on you?
I don't know. I mean, didn't he find her basically? She was kind of homeless already.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
But he took her in, and if she decided that she wanted to leave him and made a big fuss about wanting to leave him, and he's like, fine, I'll just drop you off wherever you want to go. I'm not really sure what to say.
We need to set up a debate on the Crucible. Can you and I debate JF Garepi, and I'll bring the facts? Can we debate that?
Well, I can set it up so you can debate JF Garepi himself. I don't think it'd be appropriate.
Please.
Yeah, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to debate you on it, but JF, I'm positive he was one of the finest debaters on planet Earth. I'm sure he would happily take you on.
Just because he's a good,
Crucible.
And technically, we're running out of time, but he says, and him and I actually debated, and I don't care, you can go back and watch this debate, and we debated over systemic racism, and I believe it was real. And he said the whole time it's not real. At the very end, I said, well, there's systemic racism towards white people right now?
That's an L for you, Alex. What do you mean systemic racism is real? What?
Well, you don't think systemic racism, you don't think the world's being racist towards white people right now?
That's not systems of racism.
Oh, it's
That's,
not.
no.
Oh, you're. Oh,
Diversity, equity,
come
inclusion.
on. You don't think
DEI
there's a
is
system-
systemic.
Yeah, you don't think there's DEI is systemic, reverse racism, basically. You don't think that's created by the system?
No, I don't think that when you're talking about systemic racism, the term itself is focused towards minorities, not towards whites. If you wanted to make a case that inside of your worldview there are systems which exist to oppress white people only, yeah, I can concede that that's true. But when you're talking about systemic racism itself, it has a distinct meaning, and the meaning is a patriarchal white society which is oppressing minorities inside the United States. So.
But black people charged with the same crime as a white person statistically get a longer prison sentence. That's just statistics. Why is that? You don't think that's...
No, well, that's not true. Actually, when we look into the data there, we find that there's also things such as reoccurrences. So while it's true that you might be prosecuted for the same crime, these guys have gone to prison 14 times before that for different crimes, and that's taken into consideration at sentencing, and often that's left out of these studies.
But even before civil rights, you don't think that there was a system of racism against black people?
Well, that's a different conversation. If we're talking about civil rights when blacks were essentially considered second-class citizens, you might have a case, but we've been past
what do you mean? Duh. I mean, they had to drink in a different water fountain.
But we've been past that for years and years. Jim Crow passed a long time ago. We've been past that for a long time.
Yeah, but everybody's grandfather is racist still.
I don't think that there's institutional style racism inside the United States, specifically oppressing minorities nor black people.
Okay.
And when I look at these different studies and cases like the one you just brought up,
why is it easier for a black
dismissed.
person or whatever race to get into Harvard than it is a white person?
Because of government policy towards these different colleges,
and that's
which
not a
give them
system of
incentives to do
racism.
that.
That's not a system of racism. If a white person has the same, they literally have the same qualifications to go to a dental school, but they have to meet quotas and put African Americans that did less standardized test scores, less GPA. They get in over somebody that would be more qualified because of the color of their skin. You don't think that's racist?
Yeah, I've already conceded that.
Okay,
if
thank
your
God. I
version-
love you. You conceded. Okay, another L,
that if your
Andrew.
version-
Another
that if
L.
your
Mark that
version-
down. Whatever podcast had the pin on flip on. I just got the master debater. Okay, now you rule, Andrew.
That if your version of systemic racism is to just kind of point out these counter systems towards whites and modernity, if that's what you're calling a system which is in place towards race,
Which
sure.
I am.
But
There you
what I'm
go.
saying is that the traditional way that this is looked at is a white patriarchal system oppressing minorities. That's what I think of when I think systemic racism. So I think we're talking past each other, maybe.
Yeah, he's using the colloquial.
Listen, we're arguing semantics right now. Things are
Semantics are important in debate.
You would
it's like
say
the most
something like
important
that.
thing in a debate.
Okay, all right, get out of here, Mr. Semantics. I'll talk to you
All
soon,
right, I'll
Andrew.
get out of here.
Set that up.
Thank you.
JF,
Have a
correct
good one,
me.
Alex. Take care.
Set it up.
I'll set it up for you. I'll talk to JF tonight. In fact, I'm sure he'll clip this. JF, if you do clip this, you're welcome to come on the Crucible. I will host it between yourself and Alex
And I'll be
Stein.
respectful. Tell him I'll be respectful because I don't have any evidence that he actually did it, but I think it's weird that his wife's missing. Even if he didn't kill her, which I'm not saying he
Bring a
necessarily
glove.
did. I'm just saying I think that he didn't help her live, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a brutal allegation to throw out there, Alex. I'm just saying.
I think it's weird. I'm
You
not
know
the
what I
only
mean?
one that said it. Those Canadian newspapers have been covering it.
Yeah, they have, but they've basically covered that he's in the clear. I mean, thus far, everything that I have researched on the case, and this was at the behest of Gary Eppie himself, because he wanted to have a fair-handed investigation into this, at least according to him. I did dive into the research.
What about
before I
that
had him
picture
on
with
for
him? What
the
about that
interview.
picture with him with that suit and all that? Like that. You know what I'm talking about? That plastic suit.
Yeah, these are disassociative cases. One has nothing to do with the other. That picture, I believe, was taken a long, long time before this ever happened.
But if you have all of that gear in your house, you're a scientist. You have ways to, and he is a scientist. Am I wrong about that?
I have gear like that because I blew guns, and I wear something very similar to that when I'm doing that.
Okay. All right, Andrew.
I have the same gear
I'm
too,
just
but
saying.
I do the murders.
Yeah, he actually murders it. Well, let's debate. That'll be fun. Okay.
You look like you do the murders.
Chase
man.
does
All right,
look
all
like
right,
he's
guys.
murdered somebody.
He does,
if you don't mind me
His
asking.
name's Patrick Bateman.
You mean Dexter, not Chase, right? That's what you mean.
I love it. Okay, Andrew, you
All
rule.
right, guys, take care.
Great to talk
Have
to
a
you.
good one.
Peace. Okay, that was pretty good conversation. What do you think? We debated a little bit. We were friendly a little bit, Chase.
You got him to admit that systemic racism is real.
Thank you, finally. I mean, and JF Garepi, him and I argued the whole time, and then when I said it towards white people, he's like, well, actually, yeah. And then so I think he took an L on that debate. Those are two master debaters, and I am read at a 6th grade level, so if I can handle them, so can you. All right, now we got to react to some clips. First clip.
Alex, real quick, you should remind everyone to smash that like button.
Thank you, Brandon. Hit it. We got 1,000 people watching. We should be at 1,000 likes. Okay, now, what is this Barron Trump clip? Let's play it.
It's a full screen.
Full screen. So Barron Trump is entering the political arena as a Florida delegate at the GOP convention, and a lot of people have been teasing his potential run for president in 2044, I believe.
I think he should do it. Why not? He's got the right last name.
I mean, it'd be pretty cool. We haven't seen a political dynasty since like the Kennedys.
I'm
Don't
down.
know what happened to them.
Yeah, it was not very good. But hey, look, JFK likes hot ladies. Trump likes hot ladies. Why not? It seems like a match made in heaven. Okay, now I want to play this clip that I really like. Well, we love Barron Trump. Good for him. Did you see all the beef, the rap beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Drizzy Drake?
Yeah, I don't really follow black on black rhymes.
I see what you did there. But there's a little more to it. Kendrick is getting in trouble from the UMG record label because they want there to be a ceasefire because now they said that it's gotten personal because he's accused Drake of allegedly being a child groomer / pedo.
Well, I thought you couldn't get in trouble for talking crap about a public figure. Wouldn't a celebrity count as a public figure?
Yeah, maybe, but I just want to be, I mean, I'm just saying because he's like in the same record group or whatever. But Shane Gillis, before Shane Gillis blew up, obviously Shane Gillis has been big for a while, but this is on his secret podcast. So let's play this clip.
What do you think about Epstein definitely going to be suicided here shortly?
With the fact that they found him, like, dude, first of all,
he's about to get suicided.
First of all, R.
so
Kelly's
hard.
missing, dude. What the fuck is going? R. Kelly's missing.
Kells is missing.
Kells is missing, dude. He Con Aired, and he got away.
What?
Yeah, dude. R. Kelly got away.
That reminds me. I do want to say this. I want to be on the record. Drake's going to be. He's on that R. Kelly tip.
You think so?
Drizzy Drake likes him young.
What?
He does. That's somewhat known already, but this is one of those things where I want to. You got to say something. Like, remember Louis? That whole thing.
Yeah.
And like we knew about that.
Yeah.
And we were just like, I don't know. Drizzy Drake's into the young ones. He's going to get got in the next 5 years.
Wow.
Unfortunately. Love me some Drizzy Drake, dude.
And what's so big about that clip, he talks about Louis C.K., who got canceled temporarily because he would take female comics on the road with him to open up, but he would crank it in front of him.
Yeah, I remember all those details.
Yeah, and so he felt guilty because he knew that happened, never said anything, never called him out, did comedy shows with him after. So him saying that about Drake, it's almost kind of like... maybe he knows something that we don't.
That was like an Alex Jones level prediction. I wonder how he knew.
I know, it's weird. He maybe saw him at a party being weird with somebody. Okay, now, what do you think about racism?
I don't think about racism.
Good, because this next person, Ann Coulter, one of my good friends, one of the funniest, most brilliant women in the world, made fun of Vivek Ramaswamy and said that she wouldn't vote for him for a very funny reason. Let's watch it.
And that's why I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives on the future direction of our country, of our conservative movement, and on this question of nationalism and national identity, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I, too, am a fan of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
That's cold. She's cold as ice. Did you not see that clip, Chase?
It's like so unbelievable. I think it's AI. That really happened.
Yeah, but Ann, she just speaks how she feels. That's why I think it's great. You know, she used to love Trump. Now she hates Trump.
Right.
She's written, I think, 17 New York Times bestsellers, so she's not dumb. She's very smart. But what do you think? She's just trying to tease him? Is she trying to troll him? Why do you even say that?
Maybe what we're doing right now is exactly what her goal was, just to get as much publicity and exposure as possible for us to talk about it.
That's what I think Kristi Noem did too. You know how Kristi Noem's getting
her dog.
Talking about killing her dog, and then also said she met Kim Jong-un and didn't.
Yeah.
It's like if you make those little white lies and then they catch you on it, now she's getting more marketing. She's been asked to be on every talk show possible. Now she's turning down appearances. So it's like sometimes you do something to create attention, whether it's good or bad.
I wonder if it increased book sales. Do you think people are like, I got to read the part about the killing of the dog?
I think, right? I mean, wouldn't you think if more people talk about it, the more likely somebody would?
Yeah. Well, isn't that one of Stone's rules in his book that it's better to be infamous than not famous at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's better, or I think it's better for them to talk crap about you than not talk about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Now, is this next clip? This better not be Liver King with Dan Crenshaw.
It might be.
Okay, let's play it. Look at this video. I've already seen this video. So
we might have our first crucible injury. I hope we didn't just kill our congressman. Navy SEAL. Harvard man.
This ain't your typical congressional workout, bro.
My favorite congressman is here.
Drinking the baby's blood or something?
Happy birthday. You get a barbarian. It's gonna really suck.
Embrace the sucking of dick.
Fuck you, 40. I think 40 is telling me, fuck you. What you got going on over here? Happy birthday! Biology always fucking wins. Fuck you, Liver King.
Of course. I'll take it. All of it.
Ready? Angry music on. Taylor Swift. Taylor.
Now, Liver King is caught lying about not taking steroids. Had a huge campaign. I don't take steroids. I don't take steroids. It came out that he spends $15,000 a month on steroids, and then he said he was going to stop, and now he's back on steroids, all admittedly because it's obvious, and he supposedly has ab etching, that his abs are like that because they're created, by a surgeon. And he's a liar. Dan Crenshaw is a liar. That video pisses me off, and if I ever see Liver King, we're going to talk Liver King.
You're going to get in a fight with him?
I might.
I bet the steroids work, man. I bet you're going to have to take the super male vitality if you fight him.
Well, I'm going to have pepper spray him.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
That's how he got the tan.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to burn because his skin's already so tanned up. I get a little bit of my muy caliente pepper spray. He's going to fall down like the Twin Towers.
Alex just got a $20 super chat from Jason Miller. Says, I like the suit, Alex. Don't ever get rid of it.
He's probably talking about the other Alex.
Maybe, actually, well, probably, because that suit was really big on other Alex.
And he looked really cool. He
did look really cool.
He looked really cool. Okay, why is the next thing in my prompter say Pfizer? We cannot talk about Pfizer. I can say the word Pfizer. It's the best company in the world. It's safe and effective. Whistleblower, what is this? Can you give me some
So we don't like this person because they're spreading lies about Pfizer being super safe and effective. So let's see this whistleblower who's bad, YouTube. Very, very bad.
Hello, everybody. My name is Melissa McAtee, also known as Melissa Strickler. I am the Pfizer whistleblower that was in manufacturing quality.
Wait, time out. Wait, we really can't play this, Jimmy. Just stop, George. What does she say in this clip, dude? What are you trying to get her channel to?
She just said that she's not suicidal at all for any reason whatsoever.
Like the Boeing whistleblowers?
Yes, exactly.
I don't even want to play this, dude. We can't talk. Seriously, we don't even want to risk medical misinformation. That's the thing they're most strict about. So I don't even want to play that clip.
Well, she doesn't actually talk about anything particular, but we can skip the clip. I just thought it's interesting.
Yeah, no medical misinformation stuff on this show.
Well, we have so many whistleblowers, just suddenly dying of mysterious.
That's what happens. The CIA kills them, dude. You know this. So let's not. I don't want to be next on that list. So I just want to say, Pfizer, everything they make is safe and effective and is good. And if it's free and you get a free cheeseburger, do it. Okay, now stop playing this noise. Play the ding, ding, ding.
Alex, real quick, we never talked about RFK's brain worm. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, we tried to eat the worms at the beginning, but then I just ended up eating a bunch of these. What do you think about RFK? He's a secret liberal, right?
Oh, yeah. RFK, in my opinion, is totally a Democrat plant to split the vote away from Trump, from former Trump supporters who are anti-vaccine. And it's very off-putting to me that his campaign manager is former CIA and also his daughter-in-law. So he's allowed the CIA to marry into his family and run his campaign. I think he's totally a plant and a leftist.
I mean, isn't his running mate like the biggest liberal or something?
Yeah, who cares? Does anyone even know her name? His name? Who is it?
Her name's like Shanahan or something. What's her name, Jimmy?
Yeah.
It's something Shanahan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's totally a plant.
Are you serious? Is it really something Shanahan? Did I know that?
Yeah, her last name's Shanahan. I forget her first name.
I'm a genius, Jimmy.
Have you ever gone back and looked into how he handled his former wife's funeral situation? Didn't he like bury her body, take a photo shoot, and then move her body to another part of the cemetery like the next day or
Why, 'cause
something?
it's cheaper or something?
No, because they didn't want her next to the family or something. It was bizarre. The wife that hung herself in the barn, yeah. And he forced people to prove that they were vaccinated or didn't have COVID in order to come and do his holiday party for his wife. And then he said it was his wife's idea. It's like, yeah, I don't want his wife running the White House. I'm not voting for that guy. No way.
I got a question for both of y'all. Part of his brain has literally been eaten by a parasitic worm. Do you still think his brain is more functional than Joe Biden?
Yes.
Probably, but I have toxoplasmosis, so I have a parasite in my brain. So I mean,
so y'all can relate on that.
Yeah, it is more cat-like. So I'm like, meow, meow. So we're anti-RFK right now. Sorry, RFK. We liked you for a little bit. You were kind of like that hot girl at the school dance. We all wanted to dance with you, but now I'm like, you know, you're pregnant with 3 kids, and your husband divorced you, and you know you need help with your car payment now. So I don't want to deal with you at all.
I agree.
Okay, Chase, tell the people where they can find you and support you. And you got a book coming out, is that correct?
That's right. So you can find me on Twitter at Real Chase Geiser, and my book coming out is called The Rise of American Populism, and you can find the link in the bio on my Twitter account. It's an awesome book. Alex Jones wrote the foreword. Got some great blurbs on the back. Roger Stone blurbed it. Gavin McInnes blurbed it. So it's going to be an awesome book coming out next month. Pre-order it now.
Is there any pictures in it?
There's no pictures in it, but it's very imaginative. I'll read it to you.
No, dude.
You want me to make a comic version?
I'll do the voiceover for it.
Okay.
How many times do you say controversial stuff in it? A lot?
A lot.
What's the kind of book I like?
It's very controversial.
Jimmy's reading Mein Kampf right now.
Yeah. What do you think? I thought that was required reading at Princeton. What's the Princeton equivalent of Skull and Bones? Is there one?
Not really.
Oh, then Princeton sucks. I know. I wanted to know what Princeton's equivalent was.
They're called eating clubs, but they mostly just serve crappy Keystone Light in the basement. That's their big
Jimmy wasn't
ritual.
allowed to go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, one more $20 super chat. I don't know if I can read the username, but it said "pimp on a blimp."
I love it. I see the username is very sexual. That's a very sexual username.
Yeah, I finally used some discretion and didn't get tricked into reading the username without vetting it first. That's my nipple.
Very smart. All right, guys, we end the show the same way every time with a freestyle finale. DJ, hit that beat. Worms in my brain and I go insane. Going to bomb the Ukraine. RFK is vaccinated. Primetime 99 is really hated. I am the pimp on a blimp. You know I'm eating shrimp. Change the song. Yes, you know I like to wear a thong and sing this song. Primetime 99 on the gram all the time. Thank you to Chase. Thank you to Infowars. Thank you to all y'all. I love you. Like, subscribe. Hit that button right now. Peace and good night.